It's Hamas that's booby-trapping its own mosques. They're willing to kill their own people to get what they want, which is dead Jews. It's some of the most inhuman stuff you have ever heard. I am on a base called Zikim. We are 4 miles from Gaza. The beach where Hamas landed, amongst many beaches. Remember, the attacks were not only by the air and those parachutes, and not only by the ground, they also came by water. And the beaches that they came on is what I'm staring at now over the base and some buildings. Certainly I can't see the beach from here, but I'm staring in that direction. Hamas terrorists were here. Trying to take this base, and I have a photo of 2 soldiers, one of whom, huge Pat McAfee fan. So Pat, the tall guy, loves your work. Where they're standing is where Israeli soldiers fought Hamas terrorists. If those soldiers had not been successful, beyond them is a kibbutz, and those people would have been slaughtered too. So walking through part of the base here, and was talking with some of the soldiers. Not everybody okay with being on camera or can be on camera, and specifically with a medic who was discussing, answering a question that I asked about humanity, and told the following story: that they were on a patrol in Gaza and came upon a mosque, and how they broke it up. There was a first group that went in, and then he was part of this second group that went in, and then there was an explosion, and some of his guys got hurt. He was able to get them aid. A couple guys knocked unconscious, and then they were able to bring them, get them to come to. And what they noticed was that this mosque was booby-trapped. That was the word that was used. It was booby-trapped. It was set up to be able to explode. And the point that he made was, this is where they go to pray. This wasn't just some outlier building. This was a daily use mosque that they rigged to explode. Something could have gone wrong, and it could have exploded with people in Gaza in it. And so you're left with this question about humanity. How you're fighting an enemy that, never mind, doesn't have any regard for you. They don't have any regard for themselves. Do you have any idea the total depravity in fighting that enemy? It's Hamas that's booby-trapping its own mosques. So don't ever buy into that. The people who engage that conversation in the U.S. are these leftists who have the absolute luxury of believing total lies because it makes them feel good. And it's unbelievable to think that someone thinking that Israel's this genocidal force would make them feel good, that they would believe that kind of horror show. It's completely not true. It's completely untrue, I think would be the proper English there. This story about setting your own place of worship to explode, and it could blow up on your own people. If you want to know who is just flat out inhuman, it's Hamas. Beyond genocidal. They just want to destroy anything and everything to get to what? Their caliphate, their thought of a utopian society. They're willing to kill their own people to get what they want, which is dead Jews. It's some of the most inhuman stuff you have ever heard.